Grand Rising Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, comments, the generous donations in all forms, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to ring this bell. We're going to go ahead and clear out the energy, and we're going to see what the message that Spirit has for us. The one he fumbled. Check out your happy birthday post in the community tab, okay? At the end of the ring, everything seemed like it was going great at first, but then at the end of the ring, things started to turn around. That's how karma works. Someone thinks that they got away with something, and then all of a sudden they blink and they see they didn't get away with a thing. Bottom of the deck. Somebody's in their thoughts about it too. Hey, Ness. They were expecting this sudden wealth. You know, it's like, but somehow maybe the law got involved. The law got involved because of somebody thought that they was going to get this unexpected income, but things changed. Hey, Yolanda. I feel like someone in the family was acting like they were of high honor. You know, this was something that they thought that they was going to keep secret. You know, maybe somebody wasn't really of high honor, but the way that the community looked at this person was like they were upstanding. They were, you know, somebody that could be handed the city key. Hey, LP. Hey, Ayana. But really, this person was in poverty and may not be with their finances, but on the inside, there was a lot that was lacking. This person was immature. This person was spiritually bankrupt. This person didn't have a heart, no compassion, no kindness within them. It was just what they wanted the outside to see. Yeah, this family, it's like this family knew, or it could have been a whole family that was looked like, you know, they were this upstanding. This is this family's like a pillar in the community. But judgment is here. Somebody thought that they was having this relationship with this wealthy person. They thought that they were having some type of secret relationship that nobody will ever know. And they worked hard at this, you know, but somehow they're concerned now. They're concerned because I feel like this secret relationship that they was involved in took them down the wrong road. Somebody's getting this message of concern. Hola, Marcia. They're getting this message of concern. It could be, you know, some type of summons. It could be some type of, serve some type of papers or something. Hey, Addie. Good morning, sis. But they're concerned because now they understand that they're caught. They can't talk themselves out of this. They can't wriggle their way out of this. They can't shuck and jive out of this. They can't do nothing. They are caught and they're concerned. And this gift that they thought that they was going to have, oh, they're in despair. This is not happening. And this is what this person's got their head in their hand like, this is not happening. Like, they couldn't see this. They couldn't think a little bit further than just in front of them, 5 feet in front of them. They couldn't see into the future what could have happened. They didn't check out all the boxes thinking, well, wait, if things don't go this way, then it's going to go this way. They just were so determined. They were so stubborn and bullheaded. It's going this way. This entire community or this entire family, something about everybody's being judged. Everybody has to go to court. Everybody has to answer. This could be a spiritual court, but everybody that took place in this bullshit scheme, this bullshit regime, they all have to answer. Hey, High Priestess, how are you? They worked tirelessly on something. Everybody put in because they expected that they was going to come out on top. They expected, that something about the relationship that they had, they expected to be looked at as this couple or whatever. Like, oh no, they're good. They're all good. But somehow something ended with the main female. Something ended quickly. Could have been this main female found out some information that was hidden to even her. And that's when shit started unraveling. That's when somebody found out that they was on the same journey as this main male. That they had shared more than what they thought with this main male. Hey, Danny. Hey, Create. They received a message about a child, or they received a message about something that was new, something that was, unexpected, something that was being birthed. They received some type of message. And maybe it was something that has to do with this great fortune and the relationship that they should have actually worked on. They didn't see everything that they should have been aware of. They weren't paying attention. It's like, you're going to the horse races. Not that I've ever been to the horse races, but you're going to the horse races. And you're looking at the statistics of the horses, the odds. And you see this one that's got great odds, like that's going to be the winner. That's going to be the one. So you put all your money, you put all your eggs in that basket thinking that's going to be the winner right there. But then there's this other horse. And the other horse's name just happens to be Slowpoke. And you looking at the list of names of horses, and you saw Slowpoke, and you was like, I'm not betting on that motherfucker. And Slowpoke's odds were just okay. They had won some, they had lost a lot. But you put all your money and all your eggs in that one basket of, Frisky Biscuit or whatever the horse's name was. And then the race begins. And Frisky Biscuit, they go out there and the jockey is just riding. Frisky Biscuit, they go on. And Frisky Biscuit is just all the way in the front. And then next thing you know, Slowpoke starts creeping up from behind and passing this horse, that horse, this horse, that horse. And the jockey on Slowpoke is, barely just touching Slowpoke. But they don't realize the Slowpoke does best when they're not being beat the hell out of, when they are just allowed to enjoy the race, when they're allowed to be in their purpose. And Slowpoke knows its purpose is just to get ahead, just to, because it's got the blinders on, just to get to the finish line. And so the jockey is just like, come on, Slowpoke, you can do this. And Slowpoke is getting so excited because they're not feeling that riding crop, that little whip. And Slowpoke is just moving through the other horses, bobbing and weaving, jumping over some and this and that and the other. And next thing you know, it's Slowpoke and Frisky Biscuit. They're neck and neck, and they're going and going, and the jockey on Frisky Biscuit is hitting it harder and harder and harder. It's pissing Frisky Biscuit the fuck off. And so Frisky Biscuit's like, enough of this, and it just stops. The jockey falls all the way over Frisky Biscuit and is landed on their butt. And Slowpoke easily, because the jockey's like, you're such a good horse, Slowpoke. I just love and adore you. Slowpoke just bam and just crosses the finish line. And this person is in the stands like, what the fuck just happened? I put all my money on Frisky Biscuit for Slowpoke to fucking win? That's how somebody's feeling. That's how somebody's feeling. Hey, Aisha. Hey, Chosen Beauty. See, in the not too distant future, someone knows that things is getting ready to get real bad. And they feeling it. And they're starting to feel real bad. Confirmation if you can hear Sasha in the damn garage starting to act a fool. Because they know not only was they a false person, but they was also trying to destiny swap and steal something from you, steal your position, steal whatever. And they thought that nobody would ever see them. Nobody would ever know, especially not the outside world, especially not the community, because they were supposed to have been such a stand-up couple, stand-up family. Everybody's being caught. Everybody got to go to spiritual court. Everybody got to take that same stand. And they all have to raise up their right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Let them lie if they want to, because they in spiritual court already. And as they all sitting here trembling, and they all are feeling sweaty, and their mouth is dry, and they go, and they all have to say, yes. Because at that point, they know they've all been caught. Hey, Patrick. They all have to answer about what they did to this privileged lady. And this mature man and this mature woman are going to have to go on this path. One is going one way, one is going another way, meaning that one is going to the male prison and one is going to the female prison. Because they both chose that same pathway when it came to the spirit, to the privileged lady. They put all their eggs in the wrong basket. They used all those coins and bet on Frisky Biscuit, only for Slowpoke to win the race. Only for Slowpoke to be the winner. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, K Hypsee, how are you? What's the message? What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, things are changing for sure. Things are changing. And these people, this couple thought they was about to get this gift. They thought it was in their hands. It seemed like it was in their hands. But see, the thing that they didn't realize, because 1 and 7 is an 8, and this is an 8. It wasn't happening like that. They didn't look at the fine print. They didn't read all the rules. They didn't check what it said at the very bottom, where you got to get the magnifying glass out and see, okay, and this and statutes and this and that, and then Arizona state law, California state law, Missouri state law, Kentucky state law, Illinois state law. They didn't look at all that shit. They thought, we don't need to really pay attention to that. We good. Just do it. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, and this mature woman, there people are finding out this was not a mature woman. This was somebody that was very immature. This was somebody that was jealous, that was conniving, that just was worrying about money, just used to try and steal from everybody and they mama. This was somebody who would do you wrong. This is somebody who would try and steal your drawers while you walking in them. This is somebody you could not trust. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Sonny. And now they all upset because they receiving karma. Because people are starting to get the message of as far as what they actually worked on. Things is being mirrored back to them, because we had 93 and 39 in the chat, but it flipped to 95. Thank you so much. Now people are seeing exactly what they worked on, and people are starting to get the message like, oh, damn. Yes, and look, and 3 and 4, 7 and 7, the things are being mirrored. The things are mirroring back to 7 and 7. What's the message, Spirit? Everything is mirroring back to them as to what they thought they was doing to you, only to find out they was doing it to themselves. It may have been things that may have been looking bleak for a minute, but they're looking real bleak for them now. Now it's time for them to have some type of spiritual awakening. Now things don't look so good. Shit for them is over. Like I said, they are being judged. And now everybody want to be in their thoughts about it. Especially since everybody can see what this family was trying to hide. What everybody was trying to hide. It just ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You know what I mean? People are seeing that this couple was not in high honor at all. In fact, this couple really didn't even like each other. They just had what's called a working arrangement. And then they thought that they was going to have some sudden wealth. That was no sudden wealth. They wasn't getting it. This main male, they played themselves. This was somebody who was greedy, who was willing to cut somebody else out, ready to. This is somebody who was a line jumper. They'd see somebody they knew that was in front of them and further up in the line, and they go up, hey, Carl, how are you? Yeah, man, how you doing? Oh, is that Dawn up there? Carl, I'll be back. Hey, Dawn, how are you? The line jumper. Instead of them sitting there waiting their turn, they want to jump the fucking line. This is somebody who people saw was not anybody that would stand up, was not an official person. This is somebody who did not pray to the right person. They prayed to the dark. They didn't pray to the Most High. They prayed to the dark. Hey, J. Mike. Hey, Andrew Saka. How are you? Yes, a malignant, what'd you say, covered narcissist. This shit is over. This shit is over. They are being judged, and then they want to act like they in such bad health. They are sick because they know that this gift is not theirs to take. In fact, this gift actually belongs to this child of the Most High. That's whose gifts they was trying to steal. A chosen one. They was trying to steal something from a chosen one. The black sheep of the family. That's what they was trying to do. But not in the not too distant future, they all gonna have to answer one way or another. And they feel like they know what's coming. They feel like they got this message of concern and they expected to be answering some questions about, wait, what's going on? Y'all had this. This is the chosen one. This was the one that God said, this is who I'm blessing with this duty, this task, this purpose, who's supposed to get these blessings, this inheritance. But yet some family thought, oh no, we're going to sneak and we're going to do it differently. We don't want them. We don't want the chosen one to have it. We don't want the chosen one to have it. We're going to take this. We're going to take this for ourselves. But now whenever they try to take it, now they're getting concerned. They're getting concerned. See, this wealthy man thought that, oh, I can do this. Ain't no problem. I can do this. I can take whatever I want. But you may have a lot of pocket change. But God said, I will give it to you and I will take it away in the same damn day. Play with me if you want to. These people, they're getting ready to have to serve some hard time. They're going to have to serve some hard time. This could be several lifetimes of this bullshit that they're going to have to go through. Call it judgment, call it karma, whatever you want to call it that. And now they're all upset because of the journey, the path that they chose, the journey that they have to take. They have to go away. They have to go away. Now they want to sit here and reconsider their choices. It's too late. You done did it already. Hey, Natural Urban, how are you? You did it already. The deed has already been done. Magician at the bottom of the deck. See, they thought that they were so strong. If they band together, they could create a whole situation. Ooh, what is this behind this? They could create a whole situation that nobody would be able to see. But guess what? Everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. And now they, like I said, they sitting here thinking about this decision that they made. Now they want to think about it. What's to think about? You did it. They trying to think about how swift the punishment is going to be, when it's going to come in, when they're going to have to go away. See, they thought that they celebrated too soon. This family tried to take your gifts, tried to take your stability, tried to take your inheritance. They celebrated too soon. They didn't know that you was going to get the last laugh. This is going to be a brand new start for you because you're the only one that had the courage. You're the only one that had the courage to stand up and do what was right, to stand against all of those demonic spirits. And now you are getting the message that every last one of them is getting karma. And you are finally getting justice. See, somebody thought that, it was this couple. It was this couple that could have been parents. They thought that they was going to take what they wanted, that they was going to do this and split something evenly. But it's not working like that. This is the same couple that's getting judgment, facing judgment. The same ones that's facing judgment. All because they had this pursuit of taking from you, of taking your generosity, to feel like that they could take your kindness for a weakness. But you already knew, you was wise enough to know that they was not going to get away with this. You was wise enough to know that one day you was going to get the victory. You was going to have the happiness. You was going to get everything that God promised you. And now these other people that worked with that couple, now the reality is hitting. And they're realizing this is why they're facing these hardships. This is why they're not having that big celebration that they thought that they was going to have. This is why they have to go to court and they have to answer as well. They have to get up on that stand. They have to raise that right hand. And then they have to swear to tell the truth, so help them God. Nobody is that foolish to raise your right hand and say, so help me God, and still lie. Not even them. Heck, Candy. Nobody. These people are watching you ride off into the sunset with a smile on your face. You're not worried. You're not worried at all. And see, now this emperor wants to see if they can come and work with you. But you know what? The Most High said they cannot come with you because they stabbed you in your back. This is the one who was doing the most amount of talking around town, trying to destroy your name, trying to destroy your character, telling people that you had for real problems. And everything that this mother did is coming back on her. Thank you so much, K Hypsee. Everything that this mother did is coming right back on her. This mother is having some type of bad health. They are in such bad health to the point where they don't know if they're going to make it or if they're not going to make it or how long they're going to make it. They damn near, maybe they are losing their sight. Maybe they're losing their vision. Maybe they're losing everything. All because they decided to take this opportunity to work with the devil. Confirmation. And they was a strong soldier too. They celebrated that partnership with the devil. They celebrated. They acted like it was a good thing. But see, the thing is, you knew the truth about that celebration. You knew the truth about that partnership. You knew who these people were the whole time. Because you know what? You are a high priestess and you are an earth angel. You are a chosen one. Can't make this up. And now they fear you. They've always feared you. This is why they tried to, they were so apprehensive to get close to you because they always feared you. They were afraid of you from the day you were born. They knew you was privileged. They knew you was chosen. And this is what made them fear you. That's why they felt like they hated you. They never hated you. They was just afraid of you. They felt like you had more power, you had more strength than they did. And you know what? They're right. You did. You do. And you always will. Hey, Baby Yoda. The wheel of fortune is not turning in their favor at all. Not since they started this conflict, and they kept the conflict. They kept bullshit going on. Even to this day, they still got bullshit going on. Every time your name is brought up, somebody think that, oh, this is another time. This is something else. Maybe I can try this. Maybe I can try that. But they're not realizing that the more they try to do to you, the more it comes back on them. The harder that they try to make your life, the worse their life will ultimately and eventually be. Hello, Unboxed Spiritually 333. Now they want the conflict, the curses to end. They don't realize that they cursed themselves. They never cursed you. You was always a rising star. You was always that chosen one. You was always that indigo child. You was always an earth angel. You always walked above them. You was always one of God's favorites. And you was always humble. That's what they was trying to do, was to humble you. How do you humble somebody who's already humbled? How do you humble someone who is already humbled? Confirmation. See, now people are starting to see where their choices and the decisions that they made got them. Now they're having that clarity that they just played themselves. They never played you. They never played you. Hey, Alicia. Now people are starting to see if there's any way, trying to think about if there's any way they can balance out these actions that they took against you. Balance them out. They're already done. What the fuck are you talking about? That's like you robbing the bank and then wondering if you can go back the next night and return the money. You just emptied the whole safe. Now you want to return it because, oh, damn, you know what? I didn't realize I can get caught for this shit. I can go to jail for this shit. And I do not look good in prison stripes, county brown, state orange, and none of that shit. Maybe I can return this $75 million without anybody knowing that I'll put it back up in there. See, now somebody, this King of Cups is cautious, trying to be cautious now. Now they want to be cautious because now they thinking back to shit that they did and how they got themselves all fucked up too. In a situation they cannot escape. Now they're realizing the shit they did in the past is showing how they're going to have to go do some jail time, spiritual jail time today too. Hey, Madeline, how are you? And they realizing it was a fantasy for them to believe the words that was coming out of this witch's mouth. the switch just created some type of woo-ha, ooh, I'm just doing this, I'm saying this bullshit, and you gonna believe this, and I'm putting the veil over it, ooh. Now they realizing they was stupid to believe that. And they don't even know why it took them so long to wake the fuck up to see that, you know what, you need to leave this shit behind. How they did not see that, how they didn't see that you was trying to give them that love, that compassion, that empathy, that good advice, all that shit. And how they was trying so hard. They was working so hard to make you feel the pain. Oh, you was going to feel the burn. Not in heaven, we don't. But let us know how that feels in hell. Hi, the big payback. How are you? They realized that they invested in their own demise. And it was supposed to have been you that was no longer here, that didn't make the cut. It was supposed to have been you that wasn't welcome aboard. It was supposed to have been you. Somebody is trying to hide out. They're trying to hide out for as long as it takes for all of this just to kind of blow over. Maybe one day you'll forget. Oh, that bank and the FBI, the ATF, the CIA, the ABC, the DEF, all the way to the XYZ, they all gonna forget that I broke into that bank, stole $76 million trillion billion dollars, and got away. They're not gonna look for me. I just won't spend the big bills. I'll just count everything out in ones. Maybe I can go to the pawn shop and see, can you cash this $1,000 bill? No? Okay, well, forget I said anything. See, now they're thinking about that decision that they made and how somebody did not explore any options. They didn't think about that decision that they was making. They didn't think that, I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't do that shit. I'm thinking that might, let me think about this. J Mike. Yeah, see, now somebody, they want to come to you and they want to be like, let's start over. But they don't realize that they've already ruined it. How do you start over when the tower is hitting? That's why they want to start over. Because they like to, they getting that karma, they getting the big payback. Not you, the big payback, but you know what I'm saying. They getting that karma, they getting that the payback, they getting the tower, judgment, they getting all that shit. See, especially since what was hidden in the dark, people are now starting to realize. Everybody is starting to realize. Now they're starting to see that, oh, we didn't hide this shit at all. Hey, talk to Tia. How are you, sweetie? They didn't hide nothing at all. They're realizing that they just all look like fools. While you are having your wish fulfillment, you're having your dreams come true. Yes, the Lulu. Absolutely. What you say? Give me my money. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. See, they caused you conflict, feeling like you was going to get the burn. You was going to feel the pain. They wasn't supposed to feel it. And like I said, now that they realize they invested in a dead end street, now they want to go on the run. They want to ghost somebody. They don't want to be there no more. It ain't fun no more. It ain't fun no more. Since everybody sees that everybody sees that they did the most to you. They put so much burden on you. You know, they had tried to curse you. They tried to curse you. They talked bad about you. They did all that shit. It ain't fun no more. You know? Damn, it was fun whenever they had the gun, but then somebody dropped it. You know, I'm thinking about this one. I don't know if it was on Facebook. I think it was on Facebook. And it was like a bunch of people over in Africa. And for whatever reason, one of them gave a monkey a high-power rifle. And they sitting around, they laughing until that monkey points that rifle at them. And then they all scatter. That's how they feel. They acted like you was some type of monkey. Like you didn't have a half of a brain. Well, shit, you had seen, you knew that those bullets hurt. But whenever you picked up that gun and you pointed it back at them, that's when they was like, oh, shit. Not saying that you would ever pew anybody or nothing like that. But, you know, the shoe was then officially on the other foot. You was officially the top dog. You was officially the one wearing the big drawers. Not them anymore. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Hey, Faith, how are you, sweetie? Yes, like I said, see, they all feared you because of your spiritual connection with the Most High, because you was an earth angel. They all feared you because they didn't understand you. Hey, Lightworker William. That's what it was. And so they all thought that they was going to collaborate against you to try and overcome you or get some victory about you. And that they was just going to be happy and they was going to go on with the rest of their life and move forward and move upward. And, you know, like the Jeffersons moving on up to the east side. But now people are seeing how this emperor was the one who actually started to create some shit. Because, you know, this emperor was feeling some sort of way, like maybe the emperor wasn't as courageous as they thought. And the fact that then they finding out that, you know what, you a lot stronger than what you looked. You may have been the scrawny one in the family, or the one with the, you know, with the kind face, or the sensitive one, and they thought, we got him. But you're the one who had the most amount of strength. You're the one who everybody could see clearly. You're the one who was going to bring justice to whatever situation this was. You're the one they need not have fucked with. You was God's chosen. This is why God gave you the strength. This is why the sun followed you wherever you went. This is why things always seem to work out for you. And they couldn't figure that shit out. Like they was going to just take it from you. You ain't taking nothing but an ass whooping. a spiritual ass whooping, some spiritual jail time. Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody want to get on the run. They want to travel to see you now. They want to see, how can we work this out? You can't make this up. They want to see, how can we work this out? Because now they got clarity. They want to be like, let's just let all this shit go. I see now. I see now. Yeah, I see now. You sure was right. Damn. You know what? Emperor should have listened to you. Emperor should have listened to you long time ago. But you was sounding a little cray whenever you were saying, God said this and God said that and God. We all thought, I'm not saying, I'm not knocking it now. I'm just saying, we was all thinking, this one is touched. And you're right. You were touched by God because God had God's finger on the top of our head for nothing to be able to harm us. We had to go through so many tests, but there was nothing that was ever going to be able to really harm us. It was only going to be there to build us up. And they want to sit there and say, well, who knew? Who knew? But anyway, let's put all that behind us. Let's just start over. Hey, everybody, let's do a group hug. We are family. Think we got the chosen with we. We are family. Chosen, why don't you go on and dance? Hey, girls. Chosen don't want to dance now. Chosen's good. I'm good. No, thank you. The whole time you was working for God. You was working to bring them closer to God. You was trying to tell them about God so they could work on their godly self, their righteousness. They could get that connection with God. You was working for God the entire time, and they was sitting here trying to stab you in your back. How that look? Who look cray now? It ain't you. Hey, Lisa. It ain't you that's looking like you a little delulu. Hey, the Roman Zelensky. She is good. She is good. In the garage, out of my hair, so I ain't got to run in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Whole time they was stabbing you in your back. The whole time sending these attacks against you. The whole time being hidden enemies like you didn't know because everybody else didn't know. Everybody else in the community just saw them as, oh, look at them. They so loving. They so kind. They really work with that chosen one. That chosen one is a little slow. I know, ain't it weird that the chosen one does good in school and they really, really intelligent, but you know what they say, confirmation, but you know what they say about them kind. They understand, it's like they understand it. It's just that they don't have common sense. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was thinking. That's what they was thinking. Confirmation. Like you ain't have no damn common sense. When they didn't have no sense at all. So y'all even. We all even. You think that we don't have common sense? You don't have no sense, so everything is senseless. How about that? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, everybody got to go. Everybody got to answer. Something about this father figure. Now, like I said, somebody want to travel to you. They want to travel because now they want to be a team. They want to turn the whole situation around because everybody's hearing about this. You know, now they want to turn it around because now they thinking back. They want to start over. They thinking back. They want to be like, now that I'm really thinking clearly about this whole thing, even though it's been 30, 40, 50, 60 years damn near. Now that I'm really thinking about this, you my favorite. I know. And yes, I know that you may have mistook that I had character assassinated you, but I didn't. The only reason that I tried to get in the middle of all your relationships, and when I say all, I mean all of them, friendships, work, boyfriend, girlfriend. Only reason I told everybody that you was a slow hoe or a knucklehead is because I wanted you to myself. I didn't want my baby out in the streets like that. Yeah, I know that whenever you needed some place to live, I told you no. So I know you thinking, what you mean I didn't want you out in the streets because you left me out in the street. No. That was just a joke. That was just a joke. I was going to come get you. I was. I just wanted to clean the house up first. You believe me, don't you? But you was always my favorite. Always. Had a special place in here. In here. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? What's the message? See, they thought that they could do something. They just didn't know that their little magic tricks, you was able to defend you were stronger than they magic. You were stronger than that black magic, that whatever. You knew what the shit was. You knew you was always going to get victory. And you knew exactly what actions they was trying to take against you. You already knew. So it's like, like they say, save the drama for your mama. Unless I'm your mama, then don't bring no drama to me. I ain't down for that shit. Hey, I May. How are you? I ain't down for that bullshit. We're going to pull a couple from the stack. Then I'm going to get ready to jump on this computer, do my straight 8 after we swing the pendulum too. Yep. 2 for the price of 1. That couple, they sold themselves to the devil. And they was not of the light, baby. They sold themselves to the devil. Thinking they was selling you. They couldn't mess with you. That's why they was afraid of you. Now they trying to entice you. Now they trying to get you back. Now they want to work with you. Now they want to tell you how much they love you, how proud of them. They're proud of you that they are. But you're seeing the truth. Everybody sees the truth. Everybody knows the damn truth. Like I said, you was chosen by God. You was God's chosen. You was one of God's favorites. And God don't choose a whole lot of them. 144,000. See, they upset, but whatever you said, they didn't call you a liar. They're just upset that you said it. They upset that you know that they was toxic. They upset that you put a stop to all the bullshit. And it's all goody in the hoodie for you. You ain't worrying about nothing. See, they didn't realize that they tried to start a war with a spiritual gangster. Everything is being married back to him. We got 8778. Can y'all, if y'all have not liked the video, could I please get some more likes to get it up to at least 100, if you don't mind? You know? Yeah, you got that good energy. You got that good energy. And you a master teacher. They didn't know that shit either. Had they knew that, they would have sat there and listened. They would have tried to learn. They didn't know that you had that. You came from a divine lineage. See, they are ashamed to admit to themselves and to you that they abused you. That's what it was. It was nothing short of abuse. They didn't realize that your cutoff game was this damn strong. They didn't realize that shit. They do now. They realize it a lot now. Especially once they got that summons that they got to go to spiritual court. They got to show up. And they trying to find somebody to represent them. There's no attorneys out there. They now know that they was afraid of that high priestess energy. You know, you had to close these doors so that you could be led to the new open doors. And it's a shame that they had to be closed out, because the whole time they wasn't your friend, they wasn't your family. And that's the part that hurt. To realize they wasn't your friends. They didn't love you as family. They was trying to use you. They was afraid of you. Like, why would you? Ain't nobody walking around here like Carrie. And guess what? Carrie, the only reason she did that shit is because her mama was crazy. Now these people realizing they about to be behind bars, either physically or spiritually, because of how they chose to treat you. You know, they want to act like you just was sitting there one day, you was born, next day you was like, you know what? I'm going to do some dark shit. No, they was doing the dark shit to you, afraid of you. Like, who does that shit? You create a monster, then you get afraid of the damn monster. Didn't you learn that whenever you watched the movie Frankenstein? Stop creating fucking monsters. They was afraid of you because you're an empath. Because you could feel their energy. You know, and that you knew that they was wearing these damn masks. But it's not your fault that they opened up that Pandora's box. You didn't tell them, open this up. I double dare you. I know you're going to like it. It's your favorite. You didn't tell them that. They did that shit on their own. They did that shit on their own. Now they have the nerve to have nightmares. Whenever the whole time you was living in the whole nightmare. See, you leveled up. You didn't see, and then it's like those people, the whole time they was doing all this shit to you, they didn't see all them red flags. And their life is like a mini drama right now. Yep, they tried to collect some insurance money off of you because you wasn't even supposed to be here. But guess what? You are. They just can't stand to see you shine. Shine bright like a diamond, like the diamond that you are. And when you rely on God, only on God, God gives you favor. That's the part they can't stand. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and swing this pendulum. All right, spirits. Okay. What is the answer? Which way are you going to swing today, dear spirit? What's the answer? Looks like it is starting off as a yes. Yep. It is a yes, y'all. All right. Okay. Thank you so very much. Thank y'all. I do appreciate every one of y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome to the new people that were just in the chat this morning. Glad to see y'all. K Hyphy, thank you so very much for your generous donation. I really do appreciate you. All right, y'all. I will see you hopefully this evening. Okay, because I'm off work tomorrow. Yay! I love y'all. Let's have a Wednesday. Okay. Bye now.